Joining us now is Dr. Bassem Naheem, head of international relations for Hamas. Dr. Naheem, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for talking with us tonight. Health officials in Gaza say that critical blood supplies may run out by tomorrow. Power, which is only running 3 to 4 hours a day, could be down to zero by week's end. What will it take at this point for Hamas to stop firing rockets at Israel?
Thank you very much. First of all, I have to say that the situation now is very serious, and you can hear bombardment everywhere. No one is safe and no one is secure anywhere at any time. I think we hope that we were able to stop this escalation from the day one, because we have flexibly and cooperatively with all brokers, the UN, the Egyptians, and the Qataris, and told them that about our readiness to stop the escalation if the Israelis stop their aggression against our people and stop their plans to forceful eviction, which is against international law, from Sheikh Jarrah, and stop to change the status quo in Al-Aqsa compound.
But to the degree that Hamas fired first, do you feel that there's any responsibility for Hamas to stop firing at this point?
Unfortunately, the international media usually choose to read the story from chapter 10, and there are 9 chapters before. The story started when the Israelis, for their unfortunate, started to play with fire by changing the status quo, by attacking the peaceful worshippers in Al-Aqsa compound, by forceful eviction of Palestinian families from Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. Therefore, and during a month long, we have tried to contact all the UN, the international community, Arab and Islamic countries, to call them to intervene, to stop the forceful eviction of Palestinians and to stop attacking the peaceful worshippers in the mosque. And despite all of these calls, nothing have done any serious actions to stop these plans. Therefore, it was a response against the violation of our rights, against the attacks of the Israelis towards our people and towards our holy places.
So are you prepared at all in the possibility of engaging in a ceasefire?
Immediately, if the Israelis stop their aggression against our people here in Gaza, and rational guarantees from the international community that the plans to evict Palestinians forcefully from Sheikh Jarrah and to change the status quo in Al-Aqsa compound will be stopped immediately.
The U.S. designates Hamas as a terrorist organization with ties to Iran, but your organization has also won elections in Gaza. So the question is Hamas in control of its military wing, or is it Iran?
Iran has nothing here to do, by the way. First of all, Hamas is a big bloc representing around 40% of the Palestinian people. It was elected in the most fairful and transparent, free elections in 2006, and the international community, mainly the United States, have rejected the results of this election.
So at this point, it looks like, at least from our perspective, Hamas shoots locally made rockets in Gaza toward Israel. Israel then responds. Innocent Palestinians' lives are lost in the process. Would you say that the bloodshed that we're seeing is worth it from your perspective?
By the way, we are not planning, we are not working on any escalations, and the international community represented by the UN know very well that Hamas worked hardly and cooperatively with the international community to contain the situation on the ground and to prevent any escalations, and this was successful for years. But when the Israelis trying to attack the Palestinian holy places in the holiest month, which is Ramadan, and attacking forcefully to forceful eviction of Palestinians from their houses where they have lived for decades in Sheikh Jarrah, they have initiated the escalation. They have created the ideal grounds for this explosion. Look, what Israel is doing today, for example, to kill more than 200 Palestinians, including 59 children and 30 women, to destroy houses above the heads of their owners at 1 or 2 p.m. at night while the people are sleeping. What is the military target in these houses?
Your son was killed by the Israeli army in a previous conflict. The world is watching Palestinians lose their lives in horror. As you just mentioned, more than 200 dead, 59 of them children, 1,400 injured at this point. When do you decide that it's time to reevaluate your strategy?
We have already reevaluated our strategy, and in September 2020, we have issued with all Palestinian factions a document to say we are accepting a state in 67 borders with Jerusalem as the capital, with preserving the right of return for refugees. But the response from the Israelis and from the international community, mainly the U.S., was rejection.
The U.S. White House envoy was in Ramallah today meeting with Palestinians. Did the U.S. administration also reach out to Hamas or have other countries in an effort to stop this crisis?
I think they are in contact with different brokers, the UN, the Qataris and the Egyptians, and maybe the PA in Ramallah. And we can say they are in indirect contact with us through these brokers. Again, we emphasize our point that we are ready for calm and to cease the escalation immediately if this aggression against our people stop.
Dr. Naheem, we thank you so much for your time.
Please.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.